Last night, Trump won the presidential election. The Republicans also took control of the Senate, which Coinbase seems to think is very bullish for cryptocurrency. And Bitcoin is now trading at all-time highs. Listen, politics aside, this is a money channel. And on this channel, we are going to look to take advantage of opportunities just like this. So today we are going to walk through a bunch of my custom coded trading strategies, both swing trading and day trading, and see how they apply to the Bitcoin chart and talk through how some of the codes may need to be changed slightly to move from stocks into crypto. The first strategy we're going to go over is my runner's large cap swing trade strategy. This is a continuation strategy where we are looking to buy strength and allowing that strength to continue selling at first sign of weakness. Now, with this strategy, as expected, it has a very low win rate. 34% win rate is pretty much right in line with what this strategy does on stocks. Now, a strategy like this, it really only needs one. When you're buying strength, looking for strength to continue, it takes 1 or 2 trades a year with a strategy like this to make your year very profitable. And of course, during Bitcoin's kind of major 2020 run, we got those huge wins, taking us from up $100,000 on the floating P&L to up over $1.7 million. Couple things of note here. This is the Bitcoin futures chart, which you can see on ThinkorSwim by typing /BTC into your ticker selection. Now, futures are a little weird because they're not exactly priced as they're actually trading at, right? Now, Bitcoin futures tracks the price of a Bitcoin. So what we're going to do in this video is assume that you are simply buying and trading Bitcoin rather than playing the futures itself. But as you can see, my strategies do directly overlay on top of futures charts as well. I get asked a lot, I build these strategies and studies and scanners, etc. Hey, can they be applied to crypto? Can they be applied to futures, Forex, etc.? Any chart you can load on ThinkorSwim, my strategies and studies will run against. As you probably know, most traders aren't only interacting in entire Bitcoins. It's usually partial trades. However, ThinkorSwim doesn't allow partial orders in its automated strategies. So what I have done with this strategy and what we'll do in other strategies as well is simply beef up the buying power. So I have this right now taking $250,000 positions per trade, whereas I normally run it on $25,000 positions. However, you'll notice when I run my 25,000, whenever Bitcoin is trading above 25,000, it will still show the orders on the chart, but it's not actually entering any contracts. Therefore, this information isn't being calculated at all into our back-tested statistics. So I simply beef up the buying power value. And even though I'm not going to be taking $250,000 positions every time I trade Bitcoin, it doesn't really matter for the process of gathering our data, right? We can extrapolate this information. $250,000 has produced $1.5 million in profit. That is 5x the current buying volume. So if you were trading $10,000 positions on this entire chart, just like this, you would have made $50,000. And you can extrapolate that same information on these other numbers as well, correct? If you're interested in that strategy, in the backtesting study code, or in any of the other strategies we'll cover in today's video, they're all available for easy import over on my website, daytradingstrategies.net. Link in the description down below. Next, let's turn on our reversal strategy. So now, rather than buying strength, looking for it to continue, we are buying dips, looking for the first bounce to exit. Now, you'll notice our win percentage goes up a ton, but our average win versus our average loss is now way smaller. Once again, I talk about this a lot on my channel. That's the seesaw battle of building a profitable strategy. Win percentage versus risk reward. This strategy just leans the other direction from our continuation strategy. Where you begin to build consistent profitability is when you run multiple different strategies at multiple different win rates and risk rewards together. That's how you build your consistent up P&L curve. Anyway, taking a look at these numbers, and just to showcase, I have entered up to $100,000 positions with this strategy. And if you don't know how the strategy works, it will enter up to 10 times as long as the buy condition remains true. So this is taking up to $1 million positions. That doesn't mean it's doing that every time. As you can notice on these trades, only entered 4 times on this one, only entered 7 times on this one. So it's not always $1 million positions, but the same idea of extrapolating the data applies. We're up $700,000 on what would be $1 million positions. If you were going to take up to $10,000 positions, you would be up $7,000 on this strategy. And that's actually only on 18 trades, right? There's actually not been a ton of reversal opportunities with the Bitcoin chart, as it tends to either be straight up or straight down, right? You don't get this chop very often. So not a bad P&L considering how low the number of trades is. Once again, we are looking at this on the daily chart. This is typically a swing trading strategy, but I want to jump down into the 5 minute just so we can get a larger number of total trades and see how this thing still performs. This is a great way, as it's still loading in here, this is a great way to get an idea of how this strategy is actually performing. Even if you're just going to use it on day trading, you can now gather more information. We're now taking 398 trades. As you can see, still up $215,000 on an 81% win rate. Next, let's talk about a strategy that's a little surprising to me. I mean, this thing is crushing. It's my high-low activator strategy. If you don't know what the high-low activator is, essentially it switches the moving average from either basing off of the low of the last X number of bars back or the high of the X number of bars back, depending on which one was most recently broken. So, as you can see here, when the price of Bitcoin broke above the highest point, and I'm using a 25 length, the highest point of the average high over the last 25 bars, the indicator then switches to basing it off the lows and the strategy enters. Of course, doesn't exit until we break below that low then. So this is once again another continuation strategy, and actually looks to be working a little bit better, at least on the Bitcoin crypto chart, than my runner's continuation strategy. It really held this whole move rather than sort of getting stopped out on this chop, re-entering, getting stopped out on this chop, re-entering. It really held some of these huge Bitcoin move ups, which have made this thing very, very profitable. Now, I have this set to enter currently $200,000 positions. So a little crazy, but still $200,000 positions on only 39 trades, and it's up $6.2 million. You can once again extrapolate that information. If you're going to take $10,000 positions, you'd be up, I don't even know exactly what the math is, but you can do it in your head. Next, let's take a look at something that's not a strategy literally, but it is my custom created dot plot indicator. This shows you multiple different lines based off of the calculations of multiple different indicators, whether we are bullish or bearish on those indicators, and then this top line represents overall bullish or bearishness. So just taking a look here, we can take a look at when the dots begin to turn red on this downturn. Very nice. Get a couple of maybe green kind of fake outs here, but then turns green again here for the move up before turning red there. So you got this move down painted correctly, this move up painted pretty well. Another good example of a lot of dots in a row here. Nice up move painted here. Then you get the down move painted here. Then you get the up move painted here, trying not to sound like a broken record, but also tracing these at the same time in my head. And you can see kind of just how well this indicator is working to give you an idea of the underlying momentum of Bitcoin in a very easy to read visual way. This indicator exists to allow you to analyze stock charts way more quickly, which allows you to analyze more stock charts, which allows you to find more opportunities. And as always, once again, I have now come down into the 5-minute intraday chart just to show you that the study automatically adjusts for whichever time frame it's running against. Get a nice green paint here, red paint here. Get a green paint all through this, albeit, yes, with a couple of fake red chops, but pretty consistently green. Then you get a nice consistent red move down here before a consistent green move up here. Seems to be working pretty well on an intraday chart as well. While we're talking about studies, let's talk about one more that I have really liked lately. Another custom study that I have built myself. This one is called the Bollinger Band Trend, and it paints based off of some custom Bollinger Band calculations when the underlying is bullish, when it's in a chop, being the gray color, and when it is bearish. I've been making use of this study a lot lately, once again, to much more rapidly help me increase the number of charts I'm able to analyze in a short amount of time. And as you can see here on Bitcoin, seems to work pretty dang well. All of the strategies and studies you've seen in today's video are all available for import from my website, daytradingstrategies.net, along with over 70 others, all for one low cost. And all it takes to get them into your platform is a simple copy into open shared items in the top right here, paste, preview, import. They will now be available for selection from your studies tab, your strategies tab, or of course your scan tab. So check it out in the link in the description down below, daytradingstrategies.net. Sign up and become a better trader today. Hit like if you're going to apply some of these trading ideas to your crypto charts. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more trading ideas for free in the future. With all that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one.